Welcome to my channel Ratri Theater. Now we discuss about motivation and success in this video. Before that, like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Okay, then let's start the video.
Join me as I dive deep into what's really holding us back from success and see if I can conquer my own obstacles along the way. Scene: a mix of fast-paced clips showing people working, studying, and striving with a voiceover. Here's a surprising statistic: nearly 90% of people never reach their full potential. That means, despite all the effort, they fall short of their dreams, unable to truly succeed in the ways they envision. It's a hard pill to swallow, isn't it? But here's the question: do you ever feel like you're really tapping into your potential? Are you truly making progress toward your goals, or is something holding you back? Scene shifts to a slow-motion shot of someone thinking or reflecting. If you're like most of us, you've probably experienced moments where you felt stuck, where success seemed just out of reach. But why is that? Why do so many of us struggle to move forward, even when we try so hard? Today, we're going to talk about why that happens and what you can do about it. Introduction. Scene: calm background, you sitting in a cozy space, speaking to the camera. Success: what does it even mean? For some, it's climbing the corporate ladder. For others, it's creating something from scratch. And for some, it's about personal achievements and growth. But regardless of how we define it, we all hit roadblocks on the way there. Whether it's lack of motivation, fear, or self-doubt, there are invisible barriers that stop us in our tracks. Today, I want to dive into why these barriers exist, how they shape our actions, and most importantly, how we can break through them to finally achieve the success we deserve. Presentation of problem challenge. Scene: a montage of various struggles, someone staring blankly at a computer screen, a person hesitating before an important meeting, and another procrastinating on their phone. Let's take a moment to think about the barriers most of us face when trying to reach success. First and foremost, there's the fear of failure. It's one of the biggest and most paralyzing challenges. The fear that if we try and fail, we'll lose everything: our reputation, our self-esteem, our sense of purpose. It stops us from taking risks, from stepping outside of our comfort zones. Next, there's self-doubt. This one's insidious. It doesn't always scream in your face. Sometimes it's that nagging little voice in the back of your head asking, "Are you sure you're good enough?" Self-doubt convinces us that others are more talented, more deserving, and more capable of success than we are. This leads to procrastination, avoidance, and the sinking feeling of being stuck. And then there's lack of motivation. Everyone's been there. You have big goals, a to-do list, but when the time comes to act, you just don't have the energy. Whether it's burnout, distractions, or just plain apathy, lack of motivation can make the simplest tasks feel overwhelming. Before you know it, the days and weeks go by without any real progress. Exploration, development. Scene: focus on each barrier in more detail, showing examples and real-life situations. Let's take a deeper look at each of these barriers and how they manifest in real life. Fear of failure often stems from our past experiences. Maybe you've tried before and things didn't go as planned. The idea of putting yourself out there again, only to fail, can feel like a huge risk. This fear makes us play it safe, avoid challenges, and even abandon our goals before we start. It's a protective mechanism, but it also keeps us from achieving our highest potential. Self-doubt is another huge barrier. It comes from comparison, looking at others' success and thinking, "I could never do that." Or maybe it's the belief that you don't have the right skills or resources. The truth is, self-doubt affects even the most successful people. It's the voice that keeps you from believing in your own capabilities, making you feel less confident and less likely to take action. And then we come to lack of motivation. Motivation is not a constant force, it's fickle. There are days when you feel energized and ready to take on the world, and others when you struggle to even get out of bed. Motivation fluctuates, and when it's gone, we often spiral into procrastination. You might tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow turns into next week, and next week turns into never. Key moment. Scene: a personal story or moment of transformation. You speaking directly to the camera, sitting in a comfortable space. I want to share a personal story with you. There was a time in my life when I felt completely overwhelmed by self-doubt. I had a big project ahead of me, something I'd been dreaming about for years. But every time I sat down to work on it, I froze. I was scared. I kept thinking, what if it's not good enough? Or what if people don't like it? The fear of failing kept me from even starting. But then something shifted. One day, I decided to stop listening to the voice of doubt. I realized that staying stuck was more painful than trying and failing. I gave myself permission to make mistakes, to be imperfect. And that's when everything changed. Slowly, the project started to come together. And while it wasn't perfect, it was mine, and that was enough. I realized that taking action, even imperfectly, was better than doing nothing at all. Conclusion. Scene: a calm, uplifting shot of you standing tall or looking confident. Summarizing the message. So let's recap. The road to success is rarely smooth. Fear of failure, self-doubt, and lack of motivation are all common barriers we face. But they don't have to control us. The key is recognizing these obstacles for what they are: temporary challenges that can be overcome with the right mindset and action. The first step is understanding that failure is part of the process. Self-doubt can be managed by focusing on what we can do rather than what we can't. And motivation comes when we start taking small steps, even when we don't feel like it. Once you build momentum, motivation follows. Scene: a final close-up of you speaking directly to the camera with a warm, encouraging smile. I want to hear from you now. What are the biggest challenges you've faced on your path to success? Have you struggled with fear, doubt, or motivation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation and learn from each other's experiences. And if you're ready to take the next step in your personal growth journey, I've got more videos on overcoming obstacles and developing the mindset you need for success. Make sure to check them out, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update. Let's break through these barriers together and achieve the success we deserve. Scene: fade to black with an inspirational quote or message about personal growth. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. End.